going to play strong laning phases. If part of your strategy is to get a little greedy and try and outscale your opponent, I mean, it's not like there's a lot of good matchups for you in the event in general. You're going to have to just plow through some of these teams that are going to take advantage of it and have a lead and just make the recovery at some point.
So if you have a play style, you kind of have to just rock it and find a way to make it work.
What the Mars is going to bring to the table, the Invoker with unlimited kiting, right? Like at a certain point in that fight, you were just going to get kited as this Dragon Knight. And this is going to be another BKB down?
Yeah, they were hoping to be able to catch him off the spear. Man, they really almost got him there. That damage was amping up. But
this is an important BKB.
Lanes constantly whenever his BKB is off cooldown. So
somebody's got to open up the map, and he's doing a decent job. He will get ganked on the other side of the map, though.
And the arrow, ooh, Hector, he knows that aggro is coming his way.
Ultra late here if you're heroic, even if you get to it. Like, you're looking at 5 right-clickers that are all going to be buffed up by Solar Flare.
Yeah.
That sounds extremely difficult to overcome.
Get the spear back. Even if it doesn't come with a stun, the reposition is good enough. Divine Llama jumps in after him, pops a BKB, and finds that 5 right-clickers is indeed a problem for him. As chasing in, Pure, in some trouble. Chain stun, he's going to lose that Aegis. Though, Ramses does manage to hit a beautiful pin onto Schofield with the arena locking down 3. All he needs is the heroes to follow him up. He'll die inside of his arena. The heroes couldn't get there in time from the side of Tundra, though they will grab that gem. See if Pure is able to get out with it, though. He's away, out from underneath the tower, no problem there. And away they go. So, a trade-off of Ramses and the Aegis for 2 kills, a gem, not too bad.
I mean, honestly, that there were a lot of little things that went pretty well for Heroic in that exchange. That could have been a game-ending push if I think Tundra played a little more disciplined, slow, and Ramses went in very deep, gets caught by the rebound under the tower. It's a great arena, but ends up just going down as a consequence. Kind of an awkward fight. Hector gets to connect with some big damage for once, get to use a BKB to not have to close it out against him. Next Roshan, I think, is the most pivotal here. Tundra going to push ahead of that timer.
Hit it with the sight. Follow up, chain stun, spear, and they've got the damage.
That's a huge grab from Ramses. Putting the Hex instantly to use, finds the biggest target. Can't BKB TP out of that, my friend.
Well, there's the pickoff to let them take at least 1 lane of barracks, unless Divine Llama can do something about it, but his jump has already failed, and his BKB is wasted. Tundra have still another 50 seconds to take these buildings.
Life of Marcy versus so many long-ranged heroes.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare to get that gap close in. It should be a lane of racks for Tundra. See how much more they can get off this. Still 40 seconds on that Dragon Knight respawn. The Midas levels just pushed him up too far, too fast.
That's true. His death timer is too long. And leads to Tundra going for a 2nd lane of barracks. Forces out the glyph. And resume their assault on the tier 3 tower.
You're going to have another jump potentially from Ramses here if you really want to just stay around. Arena's back up at 25.
Got to jump on a Pure, chain stun it, and they managed to bring him down. Wow, didn't lose anybody for it either. Now Tundra's going to start backing away. Mortimer's Kiss is going to be used to try and chase these heroes, slowing them down as best they can. Ramses does manage to get a spear back onto Analog. That'll create some space. Whitemon gets his TP canceled though. Divine Llama fights the 2nd kill. The Ice Path lands onto Ramses as well. They'll get a 3rd kill out of that. K1 Hector, who? They didn't need him apparently. Managed to make a 4 versus 5 work for them. Got 3 kills for nothing out of it.
And the gem necessary push as well, if you think about it, right? Like,
sure.
This 2nd lane does not change the game. This next Roshan does. They just overextend, and I mean, Pure just got caught sleeping. There's no way around it. He gets rebounded into cookie stun for the death. Just not something that should have happened with how much displacement and 4 stabs and disruption they have in this lineup. And I was mentioning that arena was coming up in 20 seconds. Like, you could have just, waited, push when the arena's back up. Much right-click on the horizon. Like, you're looking at more damage for Pure. You're looking at a Daedalus for this Mirana, if Soxa gets to it. Dragonlance into another Pike for Whitemon. And Thompson, creative as ever, eyeing up a Butterfly here for the right-click Invoker.
Right, for the bash time.
Just can't latch him.
And using the Marcy passive and the couriers. The extra HP on the courier. They've been using these couriers really aggressively, and you see in that situation, scouting out a bit of the triangle area. Ice Path into an attempted stun. Hector not all in on killing Pure. The team not ready to jump on that situation. After all, the Aegis is going to be expiring quite soon. They just want to stall this out.
Difficult to go high ground if you're not willing to commit with the Aegis, which, you know, expiring here, you don't want to just let that expire and be stuck.
Yep.
Did also get the Ag.
And they found that one bad fight cut down a significant amount of that lead that they had grown.
And they're going to smoke out, try and find somebody lingering, but Tundra are not going to give them any sort of opening here, and you're kind of running out of slots on this.
Coming back up. The lanes are being pushed in pretty aggressively. Mostly this bottom lane is the problem. They willing, yeah, they're gonna have to give up. So it's gonna be Aegis Cheese, Refresher Shard, a banner.
Their best chance to win this game is a high ground defense fight, and Tundra just gets stuck into buybacks, like going deep into the Ags macro, things like this.
They're probably going to do too much for you here. Pure, who TP'd to mid to get some extra experience to put him over the line. He is now level 25. So that extra Geminate attack, when he pushes forward and comes out of that Chikuchi to hit somebody, that person could just get kind of one-shot as 3 different hits all come out at the same time with the potential for crits.
I think Heroic are just going to jump a core if they show that is not Pure with the Aegis. They might jump Pure as well. They have to be decisive here because this siege can technically just go on forever. Thompson up very far. Feels secure with Butterfly BKB here.
Gleipnir leading into Tornado. The kisses gets canceled. Now Ramsey tries to jump in, but he gets counter-hexed. Can they blow him up in time? They're trying for it. They throw out all their stuns, but he managed to get off his BKB arena. Now they're turning around. Pure gets a little bit low here off of this one, but got off his ultimate. A second arena being used, surrounded by walls after walls. Hector's not getting out of this one, as all those BKB usages early on means that his BKB does not last long anymore. A second lane of barracks taken by Tundra and 3 minutes ago on the Aegis.
I mean, these Hurricane Pipes, just such a nightmare for Heroic to fight into. It just bails Ramses out at the very end there. And double arena. Like, nobody can engage the fight to follow up and help Hector at that point. Forces his buyback here. Buyback out of the Llama. You're missing the BKBs. You're missing the Marcy ult. This is just Mega's uncontested. Yeah. Tundra continuing to squeeze this game out.
And they're going to keep the pressure up. They're going to go for the tier 4s while Analog is still dead for 45 seconds. Heroic going to have to go for another miracle hold here like they did in the bottom lane earlier. Another 4 versus 5. Now it's going to be a 3 versus 5. They do manage to jump Pure, but again, he's got the Aegis. So as much as they can commit to try and finish him off, what does it matter if he's still got a second life right around the corner? And that is going to be it. Heroic are going to call GG on this game 1.
They just got... I don't want to say they got run over, but it did not feel like they had any plays in that game that were working to their advantage. Like they had...
yeah.
Still Schofield protecting their wards here. Does not want to let Tundra back into the high ground, and...
They knew Whitemon could not stop himself from going up to that high ground and checking out this ancient stack that they have for themselves, but there will be the punish back. Ramses gets the arena onto Divide Llama. Know where he can go. He's going to be shot down by Thompson, and now they can maybe clear through that ancient stack, though. Going to have to do it as a group if they really want to. Heroic is not going anywhere, though. They still have this Magnetize to use, and they've got the vision to be able to blow up Soxa. Got a kick to slow down Thompson, allowing Schofield to catch up. Now he's inside the cogs, and now he is screwed. He is stuck inside the cogs with a battery assault and Analog right there as well. Wait, a pushback for God's Rebuke. They're doing the damage. He's actually going to be okay for now. It's King Jungles committing for the kill, trying to get him, and he does manage to. Ever so barely, he gets his level 6, and it's going to be a slow death, if a death at all. He has a TP scroll, Hector, and he's got Hector bailing him out. No, the God's Rebuke stops him from being able to land, stops him from hitting that additional nuke. King Jungles will finally die, as it's going to be the supports limping over the finish line to be able to get these kills they're looking for.
I mean, this
map and pushing in that bottom lane deep.
Bet you he wishes he was Wraith King right now with all this space, man.
It always does kind of weird me out seeing Hector playing a non-strength hero.
He's caught here,
and he is should be dying here as the trickery can only take him so far, but if he gets outside of vision, good thing the kisses were used because he was getting away and might have been able to jump into the trees. Soxa, wise.
Instead, they put all their cores in a decent position. Even Soxa found some solid net worth. And this Slark, who, if you remember, was the most farmed hero out of the lane phase, he's now the bottom of the chart. Divine Llama just not finding that like crazy momentum he was looking for off these fights.
Particularly hard so early on.
And these support ults are powerful if Tundra can set up the front line here with the Mars. So this is a very risky maneuver, though Tundra are a little out of position.
Heroic. Is this going to be a situation where they have bitten off more than they can chew? As in the high ground, Pure is sitting here. Cookie goes out, hits on a couple there, and Slark actually gets a little bit low. But thanks to his ultimate, he's going to be able to heal up and get away. Schofield, Centaur stomp, but they're still going to be able to track him. Schofield goes down, and Heroic indeed. That push for
now. In theory, you should not feel bad if you're Heroic because you're continuing to push Tundra into this one part of the map. Like, bottom lane has been empty.
Oh, got him again. Ever so barely, but catches K1 Hector on the edge of the arena. And this is going to be a constant problem for him until he can get the shard or a BKB on the Monkey King.
He's not afraid of... A lot of this fight comes down to Magnetize, how much it can do, how many heroes it sticks on. You have max stones up, 9 stones to play with here if you're Analog.
They spot Soxa. Go for him. Arena goes out and immediately locks down the Earth Spirit underneath the Macro Pyre. They go for the hook shot, though. They're trying to stick on top of Thompson. Thompson gets pulled away from Divine Llama, who sticks on a Pure instead. With the Magnetize on some of these heroes, though, they are ticking down, but the team fight, oh, nice kick through from Analog. Finishes off Thompson at least, and the Dragon Knight ticks out as well. The Magnetize is still going on. He's going to get a 3rd kill out of this situation, I think, as Whitemon thought about the TP away. Whoa, K1 Hector finally shows up. King Jungles will be the one to claim the kill on Whitemon at the end. A 2-for-3 exchange that ultimately does go the favor of
Tris. Can also split push some waves with creeps. So you're not too inefficient in playing this type of game, splitting the side lanes, splitting Tundra up. Their lineup, you look at Tundra's lineup, it's very limited on the catch. And their lineup thrives in the straight, or just force the Roche. Like, you have pretty decent single target physical burst here with the cores.
Yeah, you've got Crystallis done for Pure. If you're willing to pop Dragon Form to be able to take that Roshan,
I think you are, for sure.
You could do it pretty easily.
They're eyeing it up. It's gonna be close this nighttime.
Yeah, it's gonna switch over. If they commit for this tower.
Heroic are grouping. They want to fight. Monkey King BKB is done. You're still looking for this Deso on Ramsey, so he's missing some net worth, and it's a big flank coming through.
Yeah, once again, the wraparound, and they're going to find the supports immediately. The Chikiro is going to be the first one to be gone on here. He does manage to get off his Ice Path, Macro Pyre, not too bad, but it's going to be a BKB, K1 Hector. Analog hits the back line. He found what he was looking for. That's going to be Sapphire and the Sniper caught in his assault, and that means the other 2 cores going to just BKB, TP away, but Ramses didn't make it out.
Ticked out to the...
Smoke off of the vision going down on the side of Tundra. And it looks like Whitemon's going to get caught up in this one. Heroic, I think they want more. They want something different. That's why the jetpack and why they didn't immediately jump. And they got him too! Oh, the hook shot from across the field catches Thompson. They wanted something better off that smoke, and by golly, they found it.
Ward saw him running up there, got the rocket flare to land, and I mean, easy line with a DK or Mars to try and latch somebody, and you drop a Depth Shroud on that hero.
Yep.
That team fight seems a little awkward, like especially if you commit BKB.
Ooh, hit him with a Dragon Tail immediately. That damage, it adds up pretty quickly. Oh, he juked him. They thought he was going to roll upwards, but he actually rolled to the right, juking the attempted blocks.
I do not know if he should have gotten out of that one, but
no, I don't think so.
He will live to fight another day, and that's a big life.
He's going to roll after them anyway. Despite his BKB being down, they still want to take this team fight with K1 Hector's BKB, but it looks like it may cause him Depth Shroud. It's trying to help him out, but the kisses are going to come in, and they'll do the AoE damage. In fact, Divine Llama, he's going to TP away underneath his own ultimate and Depth Shroud.
Heroic want to bail. Yeah. That was a risky fight to take. No, there's a gem.
He just figures that if the Slark is going to see him, he's going to be able to blink away faster. Analog would be a great pickoff, and he's going to hit him with the Spear Arena combo. His team, though, is not able to follow it up immediately, and Analog gets off the BKB, and he can walk away from the team fight if he wants to. Hector's right in the middle of all these heroes, but he just got burned out. Macropyre, Ice Path, and just raw physical damage from Pure is enough to put him down, and it's going to take Divine Llama out of the fight as well.
Analog trying to clean something up, but he finds nothing here as Ramses TP's out in time. A very disjointed fight for both teams as the cogs in the arena separated both sides there, but Pure
Pushed in, that Tundra's up here.
By the way, very limited buybacks available for Heroic on this dire side. You only have Slark and Clock.
Okay, so Divine Llama, maybe he's got to be the one to start things off, but they managed to hit the hook shot, or excuse me, the arena on Schofield, who was looking for a hook shot opportunity. Well, there's going to be your first buyback, one of two. For Heroic, Divine Llama, he's going to put himself on the front lines here, start going on to Soxo, just meant to force himself, but Analog gets on top to Thompson with Hector there as well. It's easy for them to get the kill on the Sniper, who does have a buyback though, and he's going to use it now. Kiss is going out, Clockwork, a die back for him, a roll in to be able to stop those kisses though, and now Soxa's up next, but a spear bails him out for a second. They turn around, throw out some whatever damage they can out to Analog. Pure's taking a lot though, with 2 cores on top. He turns around, look at the damage though. Oh, it's adding up quick. He's taking down 1 core. The AoE has brought Hector low, and he'll finish him off with a triple kill, maybe an ultra, as he looks now towards the Enchantress to slowly get him down through that ultimate, and they will win that Roshan fight engagement. Now, they're not going to, Heroic have just called that they're not going to fight until they finish up what I assume is the butterfly that Hector's trying to farm up.
Really hates that Shrine.
He does. He does.
Messing it up. Yeah, Hector is trying to finish this item. He will finish Butterfly here on the Monkey. Feels all in though, like you've got to win this fight or you're going lower bracket here.
I'm not letting the D-ward happen. Thompson protects it. They go for the roll-in on the Dragonite, though. Silencing him up. Well, he doesn't have Dragon form for a couple more seconds, but he does get low, but not good low enough. Meanwhile, K1 Hector is trapped inside the arena and psyched up. He's dead. The Butterfly didn't matter. He just got controlled and killed by everything else. Divine Llama's trying to do what he can, but all he could out of this was an Aegis. That being said, a TP away, but Pure's not TPing back. He said, you can leave if you want, Ramses. That's fine. I'll carry this game, and I'll finish it off by myself.
I mean, TI winners are TI winners for a reason, and Soxa, he just caught him with a cookie. Sometimes that's all it takes for a game to end and for a team to end up in the lower bracket is a sick connection from Soxa on the bottom side of that fight. Takes Hector out. Nothing cast by this Monkey King in the last fight. And